Hello there and welcome at watching VideoGaming Father's review of the puzzle platformer game called Trine Enchanted Edition. Is the gameplay also as magic as its name? Is it more about platforming or solving puzzles? Will it tease your brain? Does it have challenging yet not frustrating difficulty? How many characters can you play with? Will you be using any magic in the game? Just keep watching to find out all necessary information. Let's take a look first what this name Trine stands for. The story is set to the fantasy medieval-like world, the world of great castles and strange machinery, when three heroes are in the quest to save the kingdom from evil. Yeah, I can hear your complaints. If we get a coin every time when we hear such a story, we would all be millionaires now. So the Trine here is a mysterious device that these heroes are bound to. The story is presented by a narrator between the levels, but it did not really attract my attention. Maybe if it would be presented by some cutscenes or at least some kind of comics, it would be more interesting. But in my opinion, you will not lose much if you do not pay special attention to it. More interesting is how it affects the gameplay itself. The best thing on the gameplay bound to the story is that you have three characters in charge with completely different abilities that need to cooperate with each other to successfully get through the levels and accomplish their mission. So, who are those mysterious heroes and what unique abilities do they have? First one is Amadeus, the wizard, who can cast objects and levitate them in the interactive game world. Fans of the magic, here we go! The second is Pontius the knight, who can swing the sword to kill the enemies and break the game objects, and also bears the shield that is useful either for blocking enemy attacks or against the environmental danger like fireballs or falling rocks. The third one is Zoya the thief, that bears a bow allowing her to shoot the enemies from distance, and grappling hook that is useful for getting to normally inaccessible places. You can switch between the characters at any time. Sometimes you need to use particular character to resolve the situation and proceed further, but quite often you can resolve the same situation with different characters, which gives you partial freedom in the game. This is an indisputable plus for the game. Now let's have a closer look how it's played. First level traditionally serves as a tutorial, and it's the same in the Trine. You learn there how to use the grappling hook with the teeth to get across the big holes or to high places by swinging and jumping, how to levitate the objects and cast the crates with wizard to get to the places that are not reachable by normal jumping, and how to swing the sword to kill enemies and use the shield to protect himself with the knife. From the second level onwards, it is up to you which character you are going to use to solve the puzzles or to fight the enemies. Even though from previous description it is clear that for solving puzzles is the wizard, for fighting the knight, and for platforming part the thief, you can always try the different character. To be honest, I was mostly using the knight when I did not know what to expect, as there is quite a lot of fighting with various types of skeletons and you never know where they appear the next time. So is the game more about platforming, fighting or puzzles? I would say that the goal of the authors was to have all these three parts balanced, so you would be using all characters available. And I must say that they did it quite well. So first you usually cleanse the location by night, and then you use either wizard telekinesis or thief's grappling hook to resolve the puzzle and get further. Maybe the puzzle solvers will be complaining that there are not so many puzzles or that they are too easy for them, and action lovers will be missing more fighting or platforming, but most of the players will find enough of both in Trine and the gameplay is variable enough. The level design is also good. Authors have prepared for you various mechanisms like scales, moving platforms, elevators, trapdoors, swinging axes, fireballs, and of course many platforms that you need to get onto. You can be sure that there will always be some challenge ahead of you. The authors also proclaim that the game is very physics-based, which is true. And I do not remember when was the last time I saw the platformer where the objects behave rather realistically when you interact with them, so it means that the more you hit them or push them, the stronger the reaction is. The cogwheels are spinning faster, swings are swinging higher, or the arrows from your bow are flying higher and faster. So far so good. Now let's check if the good experience from puzzle platforming is not spoiled by clunky controls or frustrating difficulty. The controls are rather simple, mostly you just need to use directional keys, key for jumping, keys for switching the characters and mouse for using special abilities. You also use it for aiming when shooting or drawing the shape of prey that Wizard casts. The controls are responsive and most of the time your characters are doing the exact action that you need them to do. It happened to me only rarely that I was not able to predict how far or how high my hero will jump. The drawing craze when you cast them by Wizard by simply drawing the cubic shape by mouse is also very intuitive. I was playing on normal difficulty and the game was challenging, sometimes yet not frustrating. It's mainly thanks to the good system of checkpoints, as they are exactly where you would expect them, before and after every difficult sector. I was also pleasantly surprised by the intelligence of enemies. Once they spot you, they just do not give up so easily and jumping across the platforms to get to you. If only they were more variable, because so far I've been fighting only various kinds of skeletons, with the swords, shooting ones with bows, or burning ones with torches. There was also one boss battle in the first few levels, but it was against the giant skeleton again, so authors could definitely use more imagination when it comes to the enemies. Are there any other interesting mechanics in the game yet? In almost every platform you collect something. In Trine you collect the flask with experience and blue flask with mana. The flask are also dropping from killed enemies, where you can also sometimes get the red flags with health. This is important as every character has its bar with health and once it's empty your character dies. You can even continue with some hero missing, but I prefer to load the last checkpoint as you never know where you might need it. I mentioned the experience. Every time when you collect 50 green flasks with experience, every character gets one experience point that you can use to improve their unique ability. Wizard can cast 2 crays at the same time, Thief shoots 2 arrows, and Knight has a bigger chance to critically hit the enemies, for example. The RPG system here is not too deep, but it enriches the gameplay. Another plus point for the game. And I will keep praising the game as the graphics is really very nice. If you have at least average PC, you can enjoy many graphical effects of fire, water, lightnings and so on. The game is very colorful with living backgrounds and most of the time playing the game reminds me of watching some cartoon movie. Nice cartoon. Music with its medieval tones nicely fits the game even though it's not so distinctive. The sounds are good. When your character swings the sword or shoots arrows, they are close to what you would be expecting in real life. So everything is okay here as well. Let's get to the conclusion then. It's going to be rather easy this time, as it was very positive one. The pros are variable gameplay with 3 unique characters, inventive level design, precise controls, reasonable difficulty, RPG elements, nice graphics, good music and sounds. The only cons I have found here are the low variety of enemies and story presentation. This game has also local co-op that I did not have a chance to test, but it only highlights that the game is suitable for family playing and thus for fellow gaming fathers. Trine costs €15 on Steam, and this game is really worth that price. If discounted, do not hesitate at all and simply buy it. I've really enjoyed playing Trine, and as it is now the whole series of games, I can possibly review some other part of the series in future. I'm giving this nice puzzle action platform a thumbs up, and VideoGaming Father's index 9 out of 10. Highly recommended. Thank you for watching my Trine Enchanted Edition video review. If you like it, please give it a thumb up, and do not forget to subscribe to my VideoGaming Father channel. See you!